Have you ever wondered why some 80-year-olds run marathons while others struggle to climb stairs? The secret lies in your biological age, a number that matters far more than the candles on your birthday cake. Today, I'm sharing a revolutionary 3-second stair test that reveals your true biological age, backed by groundbreaking research from leading medical institutions. This simple test could change how you think about aging forever. It's not just about how long you'll live, it's about how well you'll live those years. Whether you're 30 or 70, understanding your biological age is crucial for taking control of your health destiny. What you'll learn today could add quality years to your life. Stay tuned to discover how this quick test works, what your results mean, and the science-backed steps to turn back your body's clock. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to join our journey toward optimal aging. 1. Forget the expensive scans and complex blood work for a moment. What if one of the most insightful tests of your body's true age is something you might encounter every single day? It's the humble staircase. We often see it as an obstacle, but it's actually a powerful diagnostic tool that reveals your biological age better than your birth certificate ever could. After age 70, your chronological age becomes a less reliable narrator of your health story. What truly matters is your biological age, your body's functional resilience. The staircase doesn't lie. It performs a complete system stress test that no single lab value can replicate. In just a few seconds, it forces your heart, lungs, muscles, and brain to work together in perfect harmony. How well they cooperate tells you everything you need to know. Here's how you can perform this assessment. Find a flight of about 12 stairs. Your goal isn't to race, but to ascend at a brisk, steady, and safe pace. Focus on two key things that will reveal your biological age. First, pay attention to your breathing pattern at the very top. Can you immediately say a full sentence without gasping? Try it. That was a good climb. If you can speak clearly, your cardiovascular system is efficiently delivering oxygen where it needs to go. If you're breathless and unable to speak, your body is struggling to meet the demand. This simple speech test reveals how well your heart and lungs are working together under pressure. Second, notice whether you need the handrail for support or just light balance. This isn't about being careful. It's about whether your muscles can generate enough power to lift your body weight repeatedly. If you're pulling yourself up using the rail, your muscle strength may be declining faster than it should for your age. Research presented to the European Society of Cardiology showed a startling connection. Individuals able to climb 4 flights of stairs in less than a minute had significantly lower mortality rates. This simple action predicted heart health more effectively than some traditional medical tests. The staircase test works because it mimics real-life demands on your body better than any treadmill or exercise bike. Think about it. When do you need your body to perform in daily life? When you're carrying groceries upstairs, chasing after a grandchild, or hurrying to catch a bus? These moments require your entire system to respond quickly and efficiently. The staircase test replicates exactly this kind of real-world stress. A slow, breathless climb isn't a sign of failure. It's your body sending a clear signal that the communication between its core systems is becoming strained. Your heart might be working harder than it should. Your muscles might not be getting the oxygen they need fast enough. Your nervous system might be struggling to coordinate the complex movement patterns required. But here's the encouraging part. This test isn't just diagnostic, it's also therapeutic. Every time you choose the stairs over the elevator, you're giving your body a mini workout that strengthens exactly the systems this test measures. You're training your heart to pump more efficiently, your lungs to exchange oxygen more effectively, and your muscles to generate power more readily. The beauty of this assessment is its simplicity and accessibility. You don't need a gym membership, special equipment, or a doctor's appointment. The next time you face a choice between the elevator and the stairs, consider it a free health checkup. What story will your body tell you on the way up? Listen carefully. It has important information about your biological age and what you can do to improve it. 2. While the staircase reveals your body's ability to handle sudden stress, your everyday walking speed tells a different story. It's the quiet, continuous broadcast of your overall health status, and doctors are now recognizing it as a vital sign as important as your blood pressure. Most people don't think about how they walk until they can't. But what if the way you cross a room could predict how many healthy years you have ahead? A major study in the Journal of the American Medical Association followed thousands of older adults and found a magic number, 0.8 meters per second. This is roughly the pace you need to safely cross a street before the light changes. Those who walked faster than this consistently lived longer and healthier lives than those who walked slower, regardless of their starting age or medical history. Your walking speed reflects how well your entire body works as a team. Think of it like a car's engine efficiency. When you walk, your heart pumps blood to working muscles, your lungs deliver oxygen, your joints move smoothly, and your balance system keeps you upright. All these systems must coordinate perfectly for smooth, confident movement. When walking slows down, it's often the first sign that this teamwork is breaking down somewhere in the chain. Here's a simple way to check your own efficiency. Try the parking lot test. Find an empty section of a supermarket parking lot. Walk at your normal, comfortable pace for 30 seconds and count how many white parking space lines you cross. If you can cross 10 to 12 lines in that time, you're in good shape. If you cross fewer, don't worry. It's just valuable information about where you stand today. Consider the story of a retired engineer who noticed he had to stop and rest while walking through airports, places he used to navigate easily. Instead of just accepting this decline, he applied his problem-solving skills. He started what he called intentional walking 3 times daily. He focused on taking slightly longer strides and consciously pushing off with the ball at his back foot. He also practiced walking backward for short distances, which challenges your balance system in ways regular walking doesn't. Within months, he wasn't just getting through airports, he was striding through them confidently. He didn't just regain his speed, he regained his independence. This isn't about becoming a speed walker or competing with anyone. It's about maintaining the physical systems that let you move through life with confidence and autonomy. Your walking speed is one of the most honest measures of how well your body's various systems work together. When everything runs smoothly, you move with ease. When systems start to lag, your pace naturally slows as your body conserves energy for essential functions. The beautiful thing about walking speed is that it's completely under your control. Unlike many health markers that require medical intervention, you can influence this one starting today. Regular walking, even at a moderate pace, keeps all these systems talking to each other effectively. It's like keeping a well-oiled machine running smoothly. The more you use it properly, the better it performs. 3. What if the firmness of your handshake held a more accurate prophecy of your future than the numbers on a blood pressure cuff? What if your daily, silent struggle with a stubborn jar lid was your body's most urgent, yet overlooked, warning sign? The Pure study followed nearly 140,000 people across 17 countries and published findings that stunned the medical world. Grip strength turned out to be a more reliable predictor of heart attack, stroke, and death than systolic blood pressure. It wasn't even close. Here's why this matters more than you might think. Your hand isn't just muscle and bone. It's packed with some of the densest networks of blood vessels and nerve endings in your entire body. When chronic inflammation starts damaging your system, these tiny vessels and nerve pathways are among the first to suffer. Think of your grip as a highly sensitive early warning system, like a canary in a coal mine. When inflammation attacks your blood vessel walls and nerve sheaths, it disrupts the precise communication between your brain and muscles. Your hand, being so richly supplied with these delicate structures, becomes a real-time indicator of what's happening throughout your entire circulatory and nervous systems. A weakening grip often signals that inflammation is quietly wreaking havoc long before you feel sick anywhere else. So how do you test and strengthen this vital sign using what you already have at home? Start with the grocery bag challenge. Next time you shop, skip the cart for lighter trips. When you bring bags inside, don't set them down immediately. Stand straight and hold them for an extra 20 seconds. Feel your forearms and hands working. This builds the endurance strength that matters for daily life. Find a thick book or phone directory. Instead of grabbing it normally, pinch it between your thumb and fingertips. Hold it as long as you can. This targets the precise finger strength you need for buttons, zippers, and keys. Try the new jar test. When you buy a new jar of anything, attempt to open it on the first try without tapping, running it underwater, or using a gripper. Mark your calendar if you succeed or struggle. Practice your grip exercises for a few weeks, then test yourself with another new jar. This isn't about numbers on a machine. It's about maintaining your independence in the kitchen. A retired clockmaker noticed he could no longer hold his fine tools steady. This wasn't just inconvenient. It threatened his passion for restoring antique timepieces. He started squeezing a dense rubber ball every evening while watching the news. Within 2 months, not only did his tool work improve, but he felt more stable walking and climbing stairs. He wasn't just strengthening his grip. He was strengthening the neural pathways that keep his entire body coordinated and responsive. Your hands tell the story of your body's internal health. Every time you open a jar, shake hands, or carry groceries, you're getting real-time feedback about your circulatory system, your nervous system, and your body's ability to fight inflammation. Pay attention to what they're telling you and give them the daily challenges they need to stay strong. 4. Your mind isn't just thinking thoughts. It's sending chemical signals throughout your body every single day. And here's what most people don't realize. Having something that depends on you is one of the most powerful medicines you can take. In Okinawa, Japan, where people routinely live past 100, they call this ikigai, your reason for being. But forget the fancy philosophy. What we're talking about is simple. Your body needs to feel needed. Scientists at Rush University followed over 1,400 older adults for years. Those with a strong sense of purpose had significantly lower rates of Alzheimer's disease. But here's the fascinating part. Even when their brains showed the same physical damage as people with dementia, they still function normally. Purpose literally builds backup highways in your brain. When something depends on you, your nervous system gets a clear message. You matter. This quiets your body's stress response and creates what researchers call cognitive reserve, extra mental capacity that kicks in when you need it most. Let me tell you about Frank, a 78-year-old retired mailman. After his wife died, he felt completely lost. His days had no structure, no meaning. Then his neighbor, a nurse working long shifts, asked if he could feed her cat each afternoon at 3 p.m. That simple request changed everything. Suddenly, Frank had to be up, dressed, and ready by 3 p.m. every day. A living creature depended on him. His doctor noticed something interesting at his next checkup. Frank's blood pressure had dropped, and he seemed more alert and engaged. The secret isn't finding some grand mission. It's about discovering what I call micro-responsibilities, small, daily commitments that anchor you to life. Here's how to build this into your routine. Every morning, before you do anything else, ask yourself, what is one thing today that depends on me? It could be watering your plants, filling the bird feeder, or checking on an elderly neighbor. The key is that something living relies on you showing up. Your responsibility doesn't have to involve people. Maybe it's the stray cat that comes to your back door each evening. Maybe it's the community garden plot you tend. Maybe it's being the person who always brings coffee to your weekly card game. What matters is consistency and dependence. In the evening, write down one small thing you did that day that made a difference to another living being. This isn't about big gestures. It's about recognizing your daily impact. Did you help someone reach something on a high shelf? Did you listen to a friend's problem? Did you make sure your houseplant got enough water? This practice rewires your brain from feeling like a burden to feeling essential. And when your brain believes you're essential, your body responds accordingly. Your immune system strengthens. Your sleep improves. Your heart rate becomes more stable. The beautiful thing about micro-responsibilities is they're completely within your control. You don't need anyone's permission to start feeding birds or volunteering to walk a neighbor's dog. You just need to show up consistently. Start small. Pick one living thing that could benefit from your daily attention. Commit to it for just 1 week. Notice how it feels to have something counting on you again. Notice how your energy changes when you have a reason to get up and get moving. Your body is designed to be useful. When you give it that purpose, even in the smallest ways, you activate biological systems that have been protecting human health for thousands of years. You don't need to change the world. You just need to matter to one small piece of it. 5. Your resting heart rate is like a cellular thermostat that never gets to rest. When it consistently runs above 80 beats per minute, your cells are trapped in a state of perpetual microstress, burning through energy reserves meant for repair and regeneration. Recent research has linked elevated resting heart rates to accelerated telomere shortening. Essentially, your cellular aging clock ticks faster when your heart beats faster at rest. But counting beats is only half the conversation. Your heart's real intelligence shows up in something called heart rate variability, or HRV. This measures the tiny variations between each heartbeat. And here's what surprises most people. A perfectly steady, metronome-like heartbeat is actually a warning sign. A healthy heart should have subtle irregularities, like a jazz musician who knows when to slightly rush or delay a beat for maximum effect. Think of Maya, a professional simultaneous interpreter who worked international conferences. She could flawlessly translate complex negotiations in real time, but her body paid a hidden price. During a routine checkup, her doctor found her resting heart rate was 86 and her HRV was extremely low. Years of holding her breath during intense concentration, maintaining razor-sharp focus for hours, had locked her nervous system in permanent high alert. Her heart had forgotten how to truly relax, even during sleep. The solution is surprisingly simple and backed by military training protocols. It's called box breathing, and it works by directly activating your vagus nerve, the main switch for your body's relaxation response. Here's exactly how to do it. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts. Hold that breath for 4 counts. Exhale through your mouth for 4 counts. Hold the empty lungs for 4 counts. That's one cycle. Do this for just 3 to 5 minutes daily, preferably at the same time each day. This isn't meditation or wellness fluff. Within 2 weeks of consistent practice, most people see measurable improvements in both resting heart rate and HRV. Your nervous system literally learns to switch between alert and relaxed states more efficiently. Your heart rhythm sets the foundation for how well your body handles everything from fighting off a cold to recovering from physical exertion. When your baseline is optimized, every other system in your body works more efficiently. The rhythm in your chest is your body's most honest report card. It can't lie, can't make excuses, and responds quickly to the changes you make. 6. We've all had those days. You do a bit too much in the garden, or you have a poor night's sleep, and the next day you feel like you're moving through mud. The real question isn't whether this happens, but how long it lasts. Is it a 24-hour issue, or does that feeling of being off linger for 3 or 4 days? This is one of the most honest measures of your biological age, your recovery velocity. Forget about how much you can lift or how fast you can run for a moment. The ultimate test of your body's resilience is how quickly it can reset after stress. This isn't just about recovering from a cold. It's about bouncing back from physical strain, a stressful argument, or even a rich, heavy meal. A younger biological system resets within about 48 hours. An older one can take much longer. Picture 2 business travelers on the same 12-hour flight. Both land at the same time, both deal with the same cramped seats and recycled air. One person is back to normal meetings the next day, maybe a little tired but sharp. The other is foggy and dragging for a full week, struggling to think clearly. They experienced identical stress, but their bodies told completely different stories about their internal repair systems. The difference wasn't willpower, it was the speed of their cellular recovery engine. When your body faces stress, it creates what I call inflammatory debt. Think of it like running up a credit card bill. Every stressor, whether it's lifting boxes, arguing with your spouse, or eating a heavy dinner, charges interest to your cellular account. A healthy system pays this debt quickly. An aging system lets the interest compound, and that's when you feel stuck in that foggy, achy state for days. The good news is you can speed up your payment plan. It starts the moment your head hits the pillow. Sleep isn't just rest. It's when your body does its most important repair work. Research shows that even one night of poor sleep can significantly slow muscle repair at the cellular level. Create what I call a sleep runway. An hour before bed with no screens, dim lights, and a cooler room. This signals your body to start those deep repair cycles. Next is your 48-hour nutrition strategy. Instead of just eating healthy, think like you're putting out a fire. Load up on foods that actively calm inflammation. Add a handful of walnuts to your breakfast, or drink a small glass of tart cherry juice in the evening. These aren't magic bullets, but they give your body the raw materials it needs to clear that inflammatory debt faster. Don't forget emotional recovery. A heated argument can spike your stress hormones just as much as physical exercise. When you feel that mental fog creeping in, try the 5-4-3-2-1 reset. Stop and silently name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This pulls your brain out of stress mode and helps your nervous system stand down. Your recovery speed is a direct report card on your cellular health. But here's what's fascinating. This repair system isn't just powered by sleep and nutrition. There's another factor so powerful it can override almost everything else, either speeding up your recovery or bringing it to a halt. It has nothing to do with what's in your medicine cabinet and everything to do with who's in your contact list. The next time you feel drained after a tough day, ask yourself this. Who is the first person you want to call? That answer might be the most important part of your recovery toolkit. Strong social connections don't just make you feel better emotionally. They actually speed up physical healing. People with solid relationships recover from illness faster, have lower levels of stress hormones, and show better immune function. Your support network is literally medicine for your cells. This is why recovery velocity matters so much. It's not about being tough or pushing through pain. It's about building a system through sleep, nutrition, stress management, and relationships that helps you bounce back quickly from life's inevitable challenges. When you can recover fast, you can live fully without fear of being knocked down for days by normal activities. 7. Your brain doesn't distinguish between physical and social pain. When researchers put people in MRI scanners and had them recall a recent breakup or rejection, the same brain regions lit up as when someone touches a hot stove. This isn't metaphorical. Social rejection literally hurts, and your body responds accordingly. When you feel chronically disconnected from others, your immune system shifts into what scientists call a conserved transcriptional response to adversity. This is a fancy way of saying your white blood cells start acting like you're under attack. Specifically, your body ramps up production of cells that fight bacterial infections while reducing those that combat viruses. This made perfect sense 50,000 years ago when being alone meant you were likely to get injured and need protection against wound infections. But in modern life, this ancient programming backfires spectacularly. Dr. Steve Cole at UCLA discovered that lonely people have increased activity in over 200 genes related to inflammation and decreased activity in genes that produce antibodies. Your body is essentially preparing for physical wounds that never come while leaving you vulnerable to the viruses you actually encounter. This genetic reprogramming happens within hours of feeling socially isolated, not months or years. The solution isn't joining every club in town or forcing yourself to become extroverted. Research shows that having just one person you can call at 2 a.m. makes the difference. Quality trumps quantity every time. A study of 309,000 people found that those with strong social relationships had a 50% increased likelihood of survival over 7.5 years. That's comparable to quitting smoking and more powerful than losing weight or exercising regularly. Start with what researchers call weak ties: the cashier at your grocery store, your mail carrier, the person who walks their dog at the same time you do. These brief, regular interactions signal to your brain that you're part of a community. Make eye contact, use their name if you know it, ask one genuine question about their day. These micro-connections accumulate and can be surprisingly powerful. If social anxiety holds you back, try the curiosity technique. Instead of focusing on what you'll say, become genuinely curious about other people. Ask yourself, what's their story? What made them smile today? What are they worried about? This shifts your brain from self-focused anxiety to other-focused interest. When you're genuinely curious about someone, conversations flow naturally because you're not performing, you're discovering. Technology can help, but use it intentionally. Video calls activate the same neural pathways as in-person interaction in ways that phone calls don't. Schedule regular video chats with family or friends, even if it's just 10 minutes while you both drink your morning coffee. Join online communities around specific interests, book clubs, gardening forums, cooking groups. The key is shared activity, not passive scrolling. For those who live alone, consider getting a pet. The data is remarkable. Pet owners have lower blood pressure, reduced stress hormones, and stronger immune function. Dogs are particularly powerful because they force you into social situations. Other dog owners will talk to you at the park. Even fish can help. The simple act of caring for another living being activates the same neural circuits involved in human bonding. Create rituals that connect you to others, even when they're not physically present. Write actual letters or postcards. The physical act of handwriting activates different brain regions than typing and creates a stronger emotional connection. Keep photos of loved ones visible in your living space. Research shows that simply looking at pictures of people you care about reduces stress hormones and activates the brain's reward centers. Remember, loneliness isn't a character flaw or a sign of weakness. It's your brain's smoke detector going off, warning you that something essential for your survival is missing. Listen to that signal, but respond thoughtfully. One meaningful connection at a time. You can literally rewire your biology and add years to your life. 8. Your brain is the most powerful anti-aging tool you own, yet most people completely ignore it. While everyone obsesses over supplements and exercise routines, they're missing the biggest factor that determines how long and how well they'll live. Dr. Becca Levy at Yale University followed hundreds of people for decades and discovered something remarkable. People who believed aging meant wisdom and growth lived 7.5 years longer than those who saw it as decline and helplessness. That's more powerful than having perfect cholesterol, normal blood pressure, or never smoking a cigarette in your life. Here's what's happening in your body when you think negative thoughts about aging. Every time you tell yourself, I'm getting too old for this, or my best years are behind me, you're not just being pessimistic. You're triggering a cascade of stress hormones that actually accelerate the aging process. Your cortisol levels spike, inflammation increases, and your immune system weakens. Your negative beliefs become a self-fulfilling prophecy at the cellular level. But here's the incredible part. When researchers give Parkinson's patients sugar pills they believe are real medicine, their brains actually start producing more dopamine, the exact chemical the real drug would provide. Their belief alone created the biological response. Your thoughts aren't just in your head, they're rewiring your body. This doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect when it's not. That's just denial. Real optimism means acknowledging challenges while focusing on what you can control. Instead of everything's fine, it's this is tough, but what's one small step I can take right now? Try this simple technique. When your inner voice says something negative about your age, become a detective. Ask for evidence. Where's the proof I'm too old for this specific thing? Is this universally true, or just a feeling I have? Most of the time, you'll find the case against you is surprisingly weak. Here's a gratitude practice that actually works. Instead of just writing, I'm grateful for my coffee, engage all your senses. Feel the warmth of the mug in your hands. Really smell the aroma before you drink. Notice the taste on your tongue. When you anchor positive thoughts to physical sensations, you're building stronger neural pathways. You're literally training your brain to notice and appreciate good things. Your body gives you feedback every single day about how these mental shifts are working. The mirror, your energy levels, how you move through your day. These are all report cards showing you whether your new mindset is taking hold. Start small. For the next 3 days, every time you catch a negative aging thought, challenge it with one piece of evidence to the contrary. You're not trying to win a debate with yourself. You're just creating reasonable doubt. You're not erasing the negative pathway in your brain. You're simply starting to walk a new one. The most successful agers aren't the ones who never have negative thoughts. They're the ones who've learned to question those thoughts and choose better ones. Your beliefs about aging aren't set in stone. They're choices you make every day, and those choices are literally determining how your body ages. 9. Your body keeps a detailed health record that most people never learn to read. Every morning when you look in a mirror, you're seeing data points that reveal what's happening inside your system right now, what happened months ago, and what structural problems are building up over time. Start with the pinch test on the back of your hand. Pinch the skin for 5 seconds, then let go. Watch how fast it snaps back flat. If it takes more than 2 seconds, you're not just seeing dehydration. You're seeing what happens when excess blood sugar makes your collagen fibers stick together like honey poured over a net. Your skin loses its bounce because your internal tissues are losing their flexibility too, from blood vessels to organ linings. Next, stick out your tongue and look at it closely. A healthy tongue should be pink with tiny bumps and maybe a very thin, clear coating. If you see a thick white or yellow paste covering your tongue, that's your oral bacteria telling you something's wrong deeper down. Your mouth is the front door to your digestive system. When bad bacteria take over your tongue, it usually means your gut bacteria are out of balance too. This shows up on your tongue weeks before you feel any stomach problems. Now look at your fingernails for horizontal lines or grooves running across the nail. These are called Bose lines, and they're like timestamps. When your body goes through major stress like a high fever, surgery, or even severe emotional trauma, it shuts down non-essential functions, including nail growth. Since fingernails take about 6 months to grow from base to tip, you can figure out when the stress happened by where the line sits. If you see a line halfway up your nail, something significant happened about 3 months ago. Try the wall test for your posture. Stand with your heels 2 inches from a wall. Your butt, shoulder blades, and the back of your head should all touch the wall without forcing them. If your head juts forward or you have to arch your back, you're compressing your internal organs. A forward head position squeezes your diaphragm, so you can't breathe deeply. Rounded shoulders literally reduce the space your heart and lungs have to work properly. This puts your nervous system on constant low-level alert. These aren't just cosmetic issues. They're your body's way of showing you what's working and what isn't. The pinch test reveals your metabolic health right now. Your tongue shows your digestive balance today. Nail lines are a history book of past stresses. Your posture reveals years of structural wear and tear. Check these signs regularly, but don't panic over small changes. Look for patterns over weeks and months. Your body is constantly adapting and healing. These visual cues help you catch problems early when they're still easy to fix, rather than waiting until you feel sick enough to need medical intervention. 10. Your body operates on a simple principle: use it or lose it. But here's what most people miss: you don't need to overhaul everything at once. Small, consistent actions compound into remarkable changes over 90 days. Start with the foundation protocol. Every morning, before you check your phone or pour that first cup of coffee, spend 2 minutes on box breathing. For counts in, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. This isn't relaxation, it's nervous system maintenance. Your vagus nerve responds immediately, lowering inflammation markers throughout your body. Next, build movement into existing routines. When you go to the grocery store, park in the farthest spot. When you see stairs and an elevator, choose stairs. When you're waiting for the microwave, do calf raises. These aren't workouts. They're signals to your muscles that they're still needed. Connection requires intention. Once daily, make actual contact with another human being. Not a text, not an email, a real conversation. Call your neighbor about their garden. Ask the cashier how their day is going and actually listen to the answer. Video call a grandchild. The inflammatory markers of loneliness drop measurably after just one meaningful interaction. Find your daily anchor, something alive that depends on you. Water that plant. Feed the cat. Check on your elderly neighbor. Call your adult child. This micro-responsibility activates the same biological pathways that kept our ancestors sharp and engaged well into their later years. After 30 days, your body will start expecting these patterns. Now add layers. That one flight of stairs becomes two. Your 5-minute grocery store walk becomes a 10-minute neighborhood loop. Your daily phone call becomes 2 calls, where you start asking better questions that keep conversations going longer. The key is progressive overload. The same principle bodybuilders use apply to daily life. Your grip strength improves not from squeezing stress balls, but from opening jars, carrying groceries, and gardening without gloves. Your balance improves not from special exercises, but from walking on uneven surfaces, reaching for high shelves, and getting up from chairs without using your hands. By day 60, you'll notice changes in your mirror. Skin that snaps back faster, eyes that look brighter, posture that's naturally straighter. These aren't cosmetic improvements. They're biological markers of cellular renewal. The final 30 days focus on quality over quantity. You're not just breathing, you're feeling your heart rate slow in real time. You're not just walking, you're noticing that hills don't wind you like they used to. You're not just talking to people, you're building relationships that make you want to stay healthy for years to come. Track 3 simple metrics throughout these 90 days. Time yourself walking up one flight of stairs. Test your grip by opening a new jar. Notice how long it takes your skin to snap back when you pinch the back of your hand. Write these numbers down on day 1, day 30, day 60, and day 90. The numbers don't lie. Most people see their stair climbing time improve by 15 to 20 seconds. Grip strength increases enough to handle jars that once required help. Skin elasticity improves noticeably. These aren't just improvements. They're proof that you've reversed measurable aspects of biological aging. Your body has been waiting for this signal. Every cell responds to the message that you're planning to stick around, that you're worth maintaining, that there's still important work to do. The compound effect of these small daily choices creates a biological momentum that carries you forward into years of vitality. This isn't about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. The difference between thriving at 70 and merely surviving comes down to the small choices you make every single day, starting right now.